Hello, I'm Joe Catfield. I'm joined by Joe Edwards here at the Express and Star. Joe, Wolves have a game this evening against Reading, and there's two memorable faces in Reading's ranks, of course, Dave Edwards and Jon Daddy Bodvarsson.
Yeah, Jon Daddy, he's coming in good fettle, to be honest. He's been in decent form for him. He hasn't been, as we saw with him at Wolves, he's not a consistent scorer, but he's their top scorer. He's got 10 goals. He's not firing at a regular rate, but he's got 10 goals to his name, scored at the weekend as well, 2-2 draw with Leeds. And we know all about him, his qualities. He's very, very strong, a target man, can hold defenders off, puts himself about as well. He's a handful. He's not a natural finisher, but he's certainly a handful.
Yeah.
So Wolves will, of course, have to look out for him. I'm sure he'll get a decent reception as well. He made a good impression during his time at Wolves. Of course, the Icelandic clap, becoming a...
Could see it again.
Hopefully not for the Reading fans. But and then, of course, Dave Edwards coming back as well. We know all about Dave. He'll get a fantastic reception as well, and rightly so. Maybe he won't start. He's found game time a bit hard to come by, really. He's been a bit in and out of the team. Not really been he's not cemented his place in the starting 11. So it'll be interesting to see whether he plays or not. So I suspect Bodvarsson will be in from the start, having scored at the weekend. But it'd be interesting to see whether Dave comes on towards the end. Two familiar faces, and they've got a couple of other players who are capable of causing trouble. Modou Barrow being another one. I think he's the second top scorer on 9 goals.
Yeah.
He's a very unpredictable kind of player.
Yeah.
Formerly of Swansea, Wolves fans would have seen a bit of him, and he's a bit of a fun fact, first Gambian to ever play in the Premier League.
Wow, nice.
So there you go. But he's an unpredictable customer. He'll probably drift in from the right hand side with Bodvarsson up front. Not too sure as to who he'll play on the left. We'll have to see. But Barrow he's a bit of an unpredictable player. Very pacey. Very I think he's 25 now, but I think he's still very raw. It's hard to predict what he's going to do because he doesn't quite know himself. So. But we'll have to watch out for him, watch out for Barrow, watch out for Bodvarsson. I think they're the two that are capable of possibly ruining Wolves' night, but Wolves, I expect, to get the 3 points here.
Yeah, big thing for Wolves, of course, after that result against Villa is to start the game well and, of course, try and get an early goal, calm the nerves, because the last thing they want is to go into half-time, 60 minutes, still 0-0, and then looking for a goal. Because then, God forbid, say Cardiff win again because they've been in such great form, it'll be very, very worrying for Wolves fans, won't it?
Yeah, and you've got to get at Reading from the off. They're a team low on confidence. They have had a couple of draws over the last week, but there's 6 points from relegation, and it's still very much a fear amongst Royals fans.
Yeah.
They're a team that they're not full of confidence at all. Jaap Stam's under pressure. Get at them from the off. I think the last win came at the end of January. So get at them, get a couple of early goals if you can, and then just kind of not take your foot off the gas, but kind of the tension will ease off then, and perhaps the players can play with a bit more freedom. So hopefully that's how things will go. Hopefully Wolves will get the 3 points.
Yeah, so a great chance for Wolves to bounce back from that chastising defeat to Aston Villa. For all the latest, make sure you stay with us at expressandstar.com.